Well, there's that linking sound again. That means we're back. And we're following that man, so let's follow him now. Okay. I'm glad that he has magic and doesn't have to touch the door to open it. That means we're up against something a little more than we thought. Shoot, the door doesn't work. Well, at least we can see him pacing in his office. That's good, I guess. Well, what are these ropes for? I mean, we've seen these ropes. I mean, not really, but where else do you think you've seen a rope, like, that looks like that? An elevator, of course. An old elevator. Maybe a Myst-style elevator. So, maybe there's an elevator there. And, as we've already tried the door, and trying it again isn't going to help, we probably should try and get that elevator to work. Or find the elevator in the first place. So let's take a tour of the little island here. First of all, okay, there are these items here that you can rotate and you can look through them. Sort of like lenses. And you can see other things, and they look exactly like the contraptions that you see here. So, you can see visibly and through these lenses that there are these contraptions. We'll call them, what should we call them? Reflectors. That would be a good name. You can see that there's reflectors all over the island. There's one there, there, and you can barely make out one out there, too. I'm willing to bet there are still others that are around the island that we can't see because of this obtrusive stone. Stupid stone. Anyway. And, as you can see, they're not all red at the top. This one has a purple marble at the top. So, we don't really know what those are meant for, but they're probably useless, right? Well, as we cross this bridge, which is a very nice bridge, I have to say. I mean, considering how good bridges can be. The thing is, there's only railing on one side, and the other side looks just as dangerous. I don't know. Anyway, there's this window here. Anyway, it's just a window. I like the effect with the sun. If you, as your pointer gets closer to the sun, it grows bigger and you get a higher glare factor. But that's not really important at all. So, why are we out here by this tusk? Because there's just nothing here. And the first time I played it, I really did not think there was anything. Even though there is this hole here in the rock, and over here, there was a ladder. I did not see either of those things the first time I played this, and I was completely confused on what I was supposed to be doing over here. But, we'll explore these a little bit more closely later. But what you can see here is there's a door into the tusk, and a barrel in front of it. So, obviously, because we are obviously dwarf-sized, we are unable to climb over this, I'd say, 4-foot barrel. And we're on an upslope, and still it looks like we're only like 3 feet. So, hey, look at that. There's a panel of controls over there. Now, I did tell you about this ladder earlier. So, I'm sure this leads to the controls. I'm sure because I've played this before, and, well, it just makes sense. So, I'm not actually going to play around with these controls right now, but if you're smart, you can already figure out what they are going to do. And if you've played it before, you know exactly what you're going to have to do. But we are going to pass over that because we don't really know what our goal is. Well, obviously the goal is to get the barrel out of the way, but how are those controls related? We don't really know at this point. Let's go down these useless ladders to get onto the sand. Like, really? Look how close together those two rungs are. Do you really need that? Well, we do, because we're dwarf-sized. But any normal person, I don't know. Let's continue around the island. Hey, look, another one of the reflectors. This one's blue. Really, there's nothing special to say about that. So, I'm getting bored. So I just left. Something different over here, by another reflector. Seemed to be a common occurrence, like I said. Okay, here we go. This looks different. Whee! This is fun. Oh, it seems to be rotating the outside of that. But, so what? I mean, it's fun and all, but what's the point? I guess there is none. If that was true, though, I don't know. Some different things would be going on in this game. Okay. So, we don't really know what that's for right now, either. And we'll have to experiment with it later. Hey, what's this? Oh, here we go. That looks important. No, not really. It looks exactly like a reflector, except someone broke it. I mean, everything else on this island so far that we've seen is completely pristine, except it's broken now. There has to be something. Something doing that. But I don't really suspect a whale coming up over this and breaking that off. And I also don't suspect any squirrel to come nibbling that piece of metal in half. So, I'm going to assume it's a person. Nice view. Well, there's another tusk up here, except, hey look, the door's open. Aw. There's another window up there. Again, doesn't look any special. Let's hit buttons. First try. Maybe if we hit the door enough, our dwarf bodies will be able to fit through that hole. Aw. Well. Oh, look at this. This looks familiar. Perhaps like the thing we saw way over there by the yellow reflector? I don't know. It just looks like a movie projector to me. Let's come down this way. Oh gosh. This is the most annoying sound ever. Let's run through it real quick. My eardrums. Okay. We've come to a hut. Nice. Looks like there's a Darth Vader picture on the door. Someone likes Star Wars a little too much. Oh, it's on the back, too. Gosh, do you really have to fantasize about meeting him every day? Well, that took a lot of puzzle working skills. Hey, let me in. If you've been paying attention, we're actually really close to the Tusk, and if the central Tusk, I should say, and if we could get past this gate, we would be underneath the rest of the Tusk. But how do we get through the gate? Well, I guess we should leave. Wait, there's this gate here. And it is glorifying a golden ball inside a trash can. That's what it looks like. I mean, see the black thing at the bottom? That's the foot thingy, so that you can open up the trash can with hands free. And the golden ball? Yeah, I don't really know either. There we go. So, as you can tell by the walls, we're inside the Tusk. The central Tusk. I keep having to remind myself about that. Hey, look. A hammock. I am pretty tired. Hey, look. I keep saying, hey, look. Like, I really have to keep getting your attention? Hey, look at this! Okay, anyway. It's a journal. Okay, I'm not going to read this one out loud until we get all of the pages. Which, right now, I'll tell you straight out, we don't have all the pages. So, I'll just show you, I'll just read this out loud later. You can read it right now, and I'll refresh people who haven't read it with a little bit of the backstory, whether it's in this book or not, because I'm not really sure what's in this book, and I'm too lazy to read it again. Looks like someone got writer's block. Lots of blank pages here. Okay, well, all is ready for Atris's arrival as mentioned. It seems like, according to this paragraph, he was planning to come in, steal the Relishon book, and have Atris follow him. The problem is, we followed him, not Atris. And that is the big problem here. He wants to link out carrying his book, and he says he will link into Tamana. That is the place that we just came from. So, if you really look into all of this, it basically says he was trying to kidnap Atris here, and sell him on the slave trade. Now, the slave trade usually only takes African American... Okay, I was making that up, of course. And that was extremely racist. So really, I have slave trade. It's good that it's over, and yeah. Anyway, no, he's not trying to kidnap Atris and sell him. He's trying to kidnap Atris and do something. We don't really know what. He obviously plans for Atris to be here, and obviously Atris is here. I mean, Atris isn't here, and we are. He reprograms some things, and he reads Atris's journals. Seems like a stalker to me.